welcome back to Lularoe Christy Nicole, or soon to be Lularoe Christy Nicole, because I still haven't onboarded yet. Today I wanted to make a video while I'm still in the queue of everything that I've bought so far to get my business started. I do want to keep this kind of quick. I know these videos can get kind of long. So to start off, I've broken it into different categories. So first off, I want to talk about storage. So I've heard people go different routes with the storage. A lot of people do it DIY, which is something I wanted to originally do. I wanted to do the industrial piping and make it look really cool, but I actually realized it was a lot more money. So I ended up going with the ClosetMaid racks. I got 2 6-foot ones and 2 4-foot ones. My space is quite small, so I needed to think about space. So I'm deciding to go up and versus having a lot. So it's all going to be on one wall. I hopefully think that a lot of clothes will fit on it, but of course I won't know until I get the clothes. So next is hangers. So I've done a lot of research on these hangers, and the best deal I have found is at BJ's and Costco's. You can get 35 of these hangers for $9.99. If you aren't a member, if you hook up with somebody that is a member, you can get the deal. Just go with them. Great deal. I think the velvet hangers are very important because the clothes can slip very easily on the plastic hangers. There's a lot of deep, wide necklines, and they will slip. So I highly recommend these. As for skirt hangers, I've done some research. The best deal I found is on Amazon.com. So these are great skirt hangers. You don't need as many because you're not going to have as many things. Depending if you hang your leggings like this, I personally am only going to hang right off the bat my Cassie's on this. So I'm only going to invest in these right now, about 50, 75 of those. Hanger storage. So I never knew about this, but this is awesome. Totally get this. Originally I thought I would just have hangers in my laundry basket. But then they get all tangled and it's annoying. This is really cool. Totally invest in this. It's not even expensive. It's like $10 on Amazon. Then for legging storage, I decided to get a little more creative on this instead of buying something right off the bat. I'm going to use my IKEA bookshelf to start off with and just fold the leggings nicely. And then I also have this wire bar rack that my husband and I used to use for our bar, but we don't use it for it anymore. So I'm going to use it for that. Fold them, and then I'm going to roll the leggings up and stick them into the wine holes. So that's what I did for now. I just decided to get kind of creative on that versus buying something. But I have seen people do it different ways. A lot of people have bought the IKEA box shelves and used that with either the actual drawers or just by itself. So those are cool as well. Now let's move on to live sales and taking the photos of your clothes. So I love making videos, so I spent a little bit more money on things for my live sales. So I spent a little more money on what they call a ring light. Main reason why I bought this is one, because like I said, my space is small, so I don't have a lot of room for those big umbrella lights. Those umbrella lights are awesome. They're very inexpensive. They're $50, $60 for 2. The lighting is phenomenal. Space-wise, I just don't have the room for it. So I had to buy something a little more expensive, so I bought what they call a ring light. Very cool. They also call it a diva light. It cost me around $89.99 for the light, and then with the tripod, it was around just over $100. So you need the tripod as well. As for that, you also need to buy, depending on what you do to take your photos or your live sales. I personally have an iPad. I think this is a great investment. If you do not have one, think about it. You can use this for many different things. One, you can use it to take your photos. You can use it for live sales. You can use it for any kind of videos you make. As well as when you go to pop-up parties, this is great because it's big. You can see it. It's easier than your phone. It's smaller than a laptop and gets the job done. So definitely worth the investment, but like I said, not a necessity. You can get away with just using your computer, your phone, whatever you actually already have. But if you do go the iPad route, you are going to want to get what they call the iPad attachment. They also make these for iPhones. Very inexpensive. I got mine for $8.99 on Amazon. It's not the best one, but it does the job. So awesome. Another thing that I bought, which will be very helpful for taking photos, is I bought a Bluetooth clicker. This is connected to a Bluetooth. You can use this on your phone. You can use it on an Android. It was $8.99 on Amazon.com. And you can just click away. So you're not having to fuss with your iPad or whatever phone you're using to take your pictures. You can just keep clicking away and changing off your clothes. So very helpful. A couple things that I also bought that you absolutely do not need, but I bought them for fun and I like them. I bought this microphone. It is a little bit of an expense. It's $60. Not a necessity. Very cool. It is a, what do they call it? A circular directional, where basically it picks up sound from all over and it minimizes any background sound. So for live sales, this will be very useful, as well as videos. Not a necessity to do. Don't Waste the money if you do not need it. What's the other thing? Oh, my lens. So, once again, not a necessity, but it is only $8.99 on Amazon.com, and they're kind of cool. So, this is what my video looks like without this lens. Closer up. And this is what it looks like with the lens. It zooms it out. And then they also have an attachment for a fisheye. So this is cool for live sales because what it does, it gives you a very kind of cool fisheye look. Here. I'll show you in a second. I'll give you a little snippet of what that looked like. Oh, I dropped it. Now it's broken. I'm just kidding. But cool thing for live sales because then that way people are seeing all around you. But like I said, not a necessity, but it is $8.99 on Amazon. And then of course, a lot of people do these different ways. I went the coat check way. Now right now you can see that it is backwards. It looks like it says 005. It's 500. Fun trick that I don't think a lot of people know. It takes some getting used to. So if you're going to do it, start it right off the bat. On Facebook, if you do a live sale, there is a way to change the orientation of your video. So you can actually flip it so that these numbers look like 500 to your audience. It's very simple. If you have any questions about how to do it, just give me a shout out on my email and I'll show you how to do it. It's really simple, but very useful. You don't need the reverse numbers. You can easily. The difference is you're going to be confused because now your right is going to be your left is going to be your right. But like I said, if you start off doing it right from the beginning, you'll get the hang of it really quickly. So that is what I bought. Those were not very expensive on Amazon.com as well. So that was live sales and photos. So now let's move on to shipping. So a lot of debate on what Dymo printer to get. I did discover you can get the Dymo 450 Turbo or Dymo 450. I learned the hard way though that if you are a Mac user, this will not work. Basically, the Dymo 450 you can use. You use a 2.5 by 7 label. They're very long labels, but it fits everything you need on it. So they do work. You can only use it on Stamps.com. You cannot use it on Shipping Easy. And you have to download the Stamps.com program. So in Stamps.com, it gives you an option to just keep it online, or you actually physically download the program. The reason why this doesn't work for the Mac users is you cannot download the program on a Mac. You can only download it on a PC. And in order to use the Turbo, the 450, you have to download the program. It is not on the online platform, if that makes sense. If you're confused on what I mean, like I said, shoot me an email. But it is a huge cost difference. If you are a PC user, go with the 450. You don't need this one. This 450 was $61.99, I think, when I bought it. I unfortunately had to return it. So I had to get the 4XL. I'm very excited about this. I'm not downing this at all. It's just much more expensive. One thing I will say is do not buy this at Office Depot, Office Max. They sell it for way more than you can get it on Amazon. Amazon sells this for $179.99. It's the same exact printer. Very cool. And you use the 4x6 labels. This is compatible with Shipping Easy and Stamps.com. Awesome. Then for packaging. So for packaging, I've heard different ways to go about this. I ended up getting the Polymailer. I ended up getting the gray because they were cheaper than the colorful ones, but the colorful ones are awesome as well. I got these on Amazon. From what I've heard on shipping, let me go to my shipping notes so I actually don't give you false information. So on shippingeasy.com, you can ship up to 15.9 ounces in these. So give or take, that's probably two, maybe 3 items in these. And they give you, on Shipping Easy, they give you the commercial rate. So definitely a great deal. These can only ship so much though. So then once you're shipping more items than that, you move on to the USPS Priority Mail Bubblers. So these are the ones with the bubbles inside. I've heard people shove these. I watched a video where a woman says she will shove 8 to 9 items in this thing and then like wrap it with packing tape. Awesome. Like, and this is $5.60 on ShippingEasy.com. Doesn't matter the weight, whatever you put inside it, you can ship. So pretty awesome. You can ship as much items as you possibly can fit into this. So go for it. I have heard people say that these little tips can get ruined in packing. So some people do recommend that you actually use tape to put it all together so that you're not getting it snipped and then it's ripping open while it's in the hands of the mailman. But we'll figure that out when we start shipping, huh? So, and then I also got from USPS these side loading boxes. So you actually load these from the side, as you can see right here. Let me get you the dimension on this. This is a 9.5 by sorry, let me rephrase that. This is and I'm back. Sorry about that. So it's on the box. I could have just looked at the box. So these are a 14 by 12, and like I said, they are side loading. You can fit as much as you can. They are a little more on the pricier side, so you are going to only want to do this when someone's really placing a nice big order, because it is $11.60 to ship on this. But you can fit a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so now we're going to move on to pop-up parties. So for pop-up parties, I haven't done them yet, of course. So the only thing that I've invested in so far was this IKEA Fracta bag. I've heard they're great. You can fit a lot of clothes in them, and they have a zipper, so they're easily not going to fall out. So I did buy those. I bought them on Amazon.com. They weren't very expensive. And then I also invested in a very durable, collapsible rack. I think it cost me about $70 on Amazon. Very helpful. This will not only be very useful for pop-ups, it'll also be very useful for your live sales. So basically you can put your clothes on that and then you're flipping versus having to reach to wherever else you're going because it rolls. So very useful. At least for me, it's going to be very useful for live sales. So awesome on that one. And then the last category I want to talk about is marketing. So marketing is something I love to do. So one of the big things you're going to need, depending on how you do your photos. I've seen people do this a million ways. Some people take photos of the clothes and then use an app to add the price and the size and all that. I personally think that's going to be very time consuming. So I'm going the route of using what I bought at Michael's. It's this cute little arrow thing. It didn't cost me very much money, and it has little hooks that I can attach things. So I made my own style cards, price cards, and size cards. Now I did design these and make these myself. I printed them myself and used a laminator, which I bought, which if you are interested in a laminator, great price is right here. This is how I'm doing it. This is not how you have to do it. You can totally get creative in how you do it, but this is what I'm doing. So therefore, on the route of this design, I've also made my business cards, of course. Now, I designed these, so I didn't have to pay for someone to do it for me. So if you are interested in any kind of designs and you want to you send me an email and we can talk. I mean, I was thinking about doing an Etsy page, but I'm probably not. So, very cool. I also made a shipping card, so this will go into their package, and it has the, you cannot see it from here, but it has all of the shipping instructions in the sense of, for washing. So that's very cool, and then on the front it has this incentive to buy 10, get 1 free pair of leggings. So this is stuff that I've discovered that, at the end of the day, you have to remember this is a business and you want to treat it like a business. So you want business cards and you want it to look as professional as you possibly can. So really get creative on this kind of stuff. It can be pricey when you ship on Vistaprint.com, but you get a decent amount of it, and so it's worth it. I also made things for the room, like a price list. This will be in the room at all times, but I will also bring this kind of stuff for pop-ups. I got this frame at HomeGoods. And then I also made a size card as well that was hanging on a frame that people can hang either at pop-ups or it'll be in my room. So I think that is about everything. I'm going to give you a little tour of the room. Woo! So you can see what the room looks like. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, once again, please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me. Like I said, I know we all have our sponsors, but the more information we can all gather from each other, the better. So thanks for watching, and I will see you all soon.